What's that movie with shit? And that's the promo. Give me that potato do yo though yo.
Today, Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. Google along at home, or This Is the Problem with Everything, episode 135. I am HolidayRob.
I am Lowki Sapfoot. And my Morse code turned into the Mario Brothers theme.
And now we have a copyright strike against us. Thanks a lot, YouTube.
God. Thanks,
Man.
Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Simpler time. Remember when that was a meme?
If you hadn't been president, the racists wouldn't have gotten mad and then voted for their madman.
I actually saw a guy earnestly claim that
was his name, Ernest Lee claim.
Yeah, this is the next Ernest movie. This is Ernest P. Worrell. No, I saw a guy claim that Obama started systemic racism. No, it wasn't tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It wasn't parody. This was a real take.
I can't even drink my drink. I'm gonna die.
I know. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's welcome to the United States of Plague.
Yeah, I'm Lowki Sapfoot, and we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die. No, we're gonna join the People's Army and overthrow the I don't know, the Darth Sidious conglomerate. I can't think of any of the bad guys in all the movies.
I used to think that's because all those Star Wars movies suck. But I used to think that Darth was like an adjective. Like that he was, like his name was Vader, but he was very Darth.
Yeah, like he was the
most Darth Vader around. Like there's other Vaders, but this one is the Darthest. He's the Darth Vader.
The artful Dodger.
Yeah.
He was the artful Dodger.
Darthful. The Darthful Vader.
The Darthful Vader.
Is that a thing? That could be a thing. Like young Anakin in like a please sir, can I have some more kind of setting?
Yeah, I mean he
is that the same thing? Oliver Twist, or those are two different things? Right?
They're two different.
It's the same thing though. Same shit.
Conceptually similar.
The Newsies, I don't know.
Newsies, yeah, they were just singing. They were just missing the lightsabers with the singing.
If you'd like to see me try to string two thoughts together, any goddamn time of day, you can follow me on Twitter at Sapfoot, or also on the Instagram at Sapfoot. I'd be playing the video games. If you want to hang out with me on the Xbox Live, it's Lowki Sapfoot, all one word. Stick a W in the middle of Lowki. You'll figure it out.
You'll get it right. I'm at HolidayRob on everything except for Instagram and SoundCloud. It's HolidayRob with 2 B's. But otherwise, the Facebooks and the TikToks. You can come call me incel on TikTok, as a lot of 12-year-olds have been mad at me about.
They call you
making
an
a
incel?
joke. Yeah, I made a joke about incels, and they proved they were right and not incels by getting mad about
lots
it.
of 12-year-olds are incels. I was an incel when I was 12. Everyone is.
But I wasn't making a joke about 12-year-old incels. I was just making a joke about incels. And
right, well, that's what I'm saying.
They're getting offended about it.
They need to chill out and just wait it out.
One of them threatened my dog, so I was like, well, that'll be a fun day, because we'll end up with 2 dead bodies.
I've had some Astros fans come and put little, because anytime someone says anything about the Astros, I would put trash cans.
Yeah.
Because not only are they garbage, but they used a garbage can to cheat. So I would put little trash cans. That's just all I will respond about Astros. And then I had one of them come and put that. I have my pinned tweet is my painting of Peanut from 311.
Yeah.
And I had somebody come and put a little trash can on that. So that was cool. That was a fun day.
You have a fan?
Yeah, we had fun.
That's what I consider them, fans, because they felt the need. Like one of them, several of them have posted on my page, and I don't respond to any of them. I just block right away. But one of them I did respond, and I was just like, it's called a joke. People make them all the time. You can either laugh or you don't. and then you fucking move on with your day.
That's how that works. Yeah.
Yeah. So fucking cry more or fuck off. I don't care either way. But
I will say there can be confusion in social media, because sometimes I'll tweet something completely serious, and then like 5 minutes later I'll tweet something that's a joke. So that can be tricky.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that applies to the 12-year-old incels. I'm just saying in general, it can be hard sometimes to determine whether something is a joke, or sometimes I'll have the problem. I'll be checking in the morning. I'll be looking through Twitter, seeing what happened while I was asleep, checking out all the hot takes, and then reverse engineering it into news in my own head.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is a great way to get information, but
sounds reliable.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that's what I try to do. I forgot what I was going to say. And you'll find that that's kind of the theme of this podcast.
That is the theme of the episode today.
I brought a new strain. It's called, what's it called?
Fuck your shit up.
Starstruck.
Itis.
I wanted to say Super Freak, but that's not what it's called. It's called Starstruck. And I felt like we started fine, and then about 15, 20 minutes in, it just started getting goofy as shit.
Melted down.
I couldn't remember. I think it was a great episode, but I couldn't remember anything. I was trying to finish sentences, words.
I'm surprised I can see anything right now.
Yeah.
I'm squinting so hard.
Yeah, you look more Asian than normal.
It's true. It's true. But here we are. We made it. We made it this far. So, I don't know. I guess we need a song to play the good people in.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to plan that. All right.
I thought we've been playing third album Batwing songs.
Is that what we're doing?
Well, we have been.
Okay, we can do that.
I don't know.
Let's do, how about, let's do Control. That was a good one.
That's always a good one.
That was fun times. Were you involved with that one, or was that one completely after you?
Yeah, it's completely.
Which were the ones that we stole your riffs shamelessly? Skeletons and Domino?
Probably. That sounds right. I can't remember what.
Were those only two, or was there a third one?
There might be a third one, but I think. But Control's definitely an original.
Okay.
Unoriginal.
So here's a guilt-free third Batwings album.
Fuck it. Fuck it. It's all guilt-free at this point.
I know. These are jokes. See? You can't tell sometimes.
The disease has ravaged all social norms. Cats are marrying dogs. Forks are running away with spoons.
Peter Venkman. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
That's where we are.
All right, so let's listen to this song, and then we'll be back, and we'll talk for like, I don't know, half an hour or some shit, and then we'll play another song, and then we'll come back, and we'll talk some more, and then we'll play one more song.
Boom.
How's that sound, everyone?
Let's do that.
Okay, here is Batwings for Lab Rats. Which one is it? Control.
Control. Hooray.
Get ready to Google.
The luster, you must have been disgusted if the morning never came. Nobody to blame or ever trusted. Frustrated, waiting for a way back to naivety. Between innocence and sincerity, you better be aware. Get caught up in the glare between the kick and the snare, where it's rarefied air blaring from the channel. The animal and man will never die, so I don't even try to hide it. I've lost my mind, I've lost my soul, I've lost all resemblance of self-control, and I don't even try and hide it. I don't enough? Like since when is love just not worth it? Is love enough, or do we just desert this enterprise? Growing wise, growing old, feeling high, sinking low, living fast, dying slow. Wouldn't wanna be alone, but that's the only way to go. Or so it seems, while we watch our dreams fade. In the edge of the blade is gold now. Fire inside is cold. I've lost my mind, I've lost my soul, I've lost all resemblance of self-control, and I don't even try to hide it. I don't even try to hide it. I don't even try to fight it. Just ride it into the night and I've lost my mind, I've lost my soul, I've lost all resemblance of self-control, and I don't even try to hide it. I don't even try to hide it. I don't even try to fight it. Just ride it into the night and top speed. Ride into the night and top speed. Ride into the night and top speed. I wanna be everything I am. Everybody, a study in expansion to the point of no return. The only way to learn is to burn away in total. I won't go back to your ground land. No more, 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 no more,
All right. Okay. Guess we'll see. We'll see.
We'll also hear
The revolution.
multimedia experience.
The revolution will be seen and heard.
Yeah. Because at first I was thinking, it is pretty much televised, but that's not true. I see it on my TV, but that's because I'm seeing, like, YouTube shit, and
It's because you're looking for it,
yeah.
or
I'm
because you
looking
know
for
it
the-
exists.
Well, my algorithm is currently saturated with revolutionary vibes.
Oh yeah. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the fascist states of America.
I mean, it's like, it's been pretty fascist, but this is overt, That's why, like, I was talking to a guy today, it's like, probably gonna have to hold my nose and vote for Biden,
Yeah.
I mean, fuck that guy, but it's like that dummy I was fighting with was like, have you heard of the Biden bill? Like, he was dropping this fucking bomb. I'm like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. I didn't even bring him up.
Yeah, why are you talking about him?
Because that guy is the example. People think that's like, that those are, and like another friend of mine was talking about how it's like, can we get a candidate that unites people instead of these polar opposites? And I was like, what? Polar opposites? They're not polar opposites. It's sold as polar opposite. They act as though they're far ends of a spectrum, but no.
They're all on the take, mostly.
Yeah, it's all part of the white supremacist money-making plan.
Yeah.
It's exploiting shit since fucking forever.
It's a weird place to be.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I feel like But another friend of mine, another digital friend, made the good point. It's like, if Biden gets elected and then it's just back to normal, as if normal was good, and back to complacency, which could be a possibility, but the fascism's so overt and terrifying with the stormtroopers and whatnot.
Yeah.
That I gotta return to a baseline of just like covert fascism, and then maybe from there we can catch a breath. But my friend might be right. It might be might make us sleepy, like Sleepy Joe.
I don't know though. I mean, how much worse should it get before? I guess is always my question. Like, how much worse should this get?
Yeah.
I think if we can do something about it early on, there's a good chance that we can reverse course. And I think that's the truth that people need to realize, and I think that's what hopefully the pandemic is making some people realize, that this is going to be a long game. This is going to be one we have to work together, I mean, that's like if you're building a new basketball shoe, right? You put it through a bunch of stress tests so that the shoe doesn't blow out on the court. Like, it was happening a couple years ago. Basketball players, like, they'd be running and their shoe would like explode and they would get hurt. Not like from the explosion, but they'd fall and like twist something or whatever, pull something, injure themselves.
Yeah, and that's like, this is like the ultimate stress test for the fucking society that we've built, right? And we are failing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But it's like, the argument is, it's like, which I've sort of been saying, is like, Trump's so obviously bad that it's like galvanizing people to fight that shit. And I don't mean that in like a QAnon way, like it's his master plan or whatever. But like,
he's not that smart.
But that's the argument, that back to normal is just back to complacency and back to smarter people just running the same con but not being as stupid about it. So I don't know.
Maybe I see a lot of like leftists and progressives who are like, no, got to keep pushing after this. Like, got to get some of these other things in there and done.
Yeah, that's those people though. The general population.
I mean, how big of a help? What has the general population been so far? So
that's a good point. No, it's the voting populace or whatever.
Fuck them.
These the shit's ongoing though. I mean, I'm watching videos every night, and from what I hear, they're not covering it on the news.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch the news, so I don't know. Should I start watching the news to check in?
It's pretty. I don't know. I don't watch necessarily the big networks, though. I do see like some of their things out there. But that's just because I'm a news hound.
I mean, I listen to the BBC News podcast, World News.
Yeah.
Which usually leads with U.S. because, I mean, that's the one to hook the audience with. Those fucked up bastards. Is the audio? Is that my headphone? You hear it going like in and out?
No.
Okay.
It might be your headphone. It might be the channel that you're listening to.
Okay. I won't worry about it if it sounds fine to you. I just keep getting like a weird blip, like when you're in the car and one window is cracked.
Yeah.
You know, that weird like Doppler effect thing that happens?
Weird.
Where it makes your ear feel weird. That keeps happening in my right ear.
Ah.
I don't know.
It's not like feedback though.
No, it's like loss of signal that's real, like a short, like lost signal, like really quick, so that it like fucks with my...
Bummer.
I think our podcast might be so controversial and dangerous to the establishment that we might have some fucking CIA dudes down the street with pointing some kind of like interrupter gun at our signal, you know.
They got us. They finally got us. I watched. Have you've heard of this movie? What is it? Hands, Arms, Akimbo. Guns, Akimbo. It's with
Akimbo Slice.
Akimbo Slice. His arms.
Akimbo is when you stand like with your fists on your hip.
Well, I guess
position of power, right?
I guess whatever. Your arms in that kind of position. Let me see if I can find the movie.
Hands akimbo.
Hands akimbo. Guns akimbo.
Oh, that's what that word means, akimbo.
So
is that like a Japanese word? Because it sounds kind of like it could be.
There it is. So it's Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe.
That dude looks exactly like the Frodo guy. They look exactly the same. It's insane.
Have you ever seen the meld of their faces put together, the meme?
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
But Guns Akimbo with Daniel Radcliffe and also Samara Weaving. But
are they like cited as evidence in the Hollywood Illuminati clone whatever the fuck? They probably are, because they might be clones of the same
humanoid.
Uncanny, yeah.
I don't know if that's the case, but the movie was okay. It was pretty good.
What's going on with this movie? Is this a new thing?
Yeah, it came out either late last year or early this year.
So as new as movies can be.
As new as any movie can be at this point.
Ghostbusters is dominating the box office and fucking Terminator,
like the original one, or?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago it was number one in the box office was Terminator.
Yeah,
I was watching on Red Letter Media. I think they were saying that the top two highest grossing films of 2020 are Bad Boys Forever or whatever,
yeah,
and 1917. And 1917 didn't come out in 2020. And they showed an Oscar ballot with every single thing was from Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Which was a funny gag, but if you want to watch good stuff, go watch them. This
What did you walk into?
So what's the deal with this movie? I keep interrupting you.
How'd you get here?
Yeah, how'd you wander into this dark corner of the internet?
The story. So Daniel Radcliffe is kind of a troll online and trolls the wrong person, and they break into his house and drill holes in his hands.
Oh my god.
And nail guns basically into his hands, and he's holding them. And
like Edward Gun Hands.
Edward Gun Hands. And he's got 50 shots. He's got to try and fight this other person, this chick, Samara Weaving's character, Nyx, who's like this cokehead, stimulant head, fucking murdering crazy person. And it's all like shown on drones that send a live feed to the internet that everybody watches.
Oh,
it's very gamer-esque.
Yeah, I think I saw a something about this, a trailer or a review that I changed, or I don't know.
So it was shot in New Zealand, and I think the guy who probably wrote and directed it is from New Zealand. But I also watched this other one with Samara Weaving again. But the dude who plays Glenn from The Walking Dead.
I can't remember his name, but he's in Voltron.
In Voltron?
Yeah, he's the voice of, I don't know, the blue one. I can't remember their names right now.
But he is in this movie called Mayhem. And Mayhem is about a virus that causes people to be all crazy or whatever. And there's like this whole other story about it, but it's basically just like a chance for mayhem and gore in a...
Dude, I didn't know who Samara Weaving was, so I just Googled it.
Yeah.
And she looks exactly like, what's the chick that plays Harley Quinn?
Margot Robbie.
Yes, her.
Yeah,
they look exactly the same. Like, you could have a movie with Margot Robbie and Samara Weaving and fucking Frodo and Harry Potter, and it would be amazing. It would be like some sort of double switcheroo. Yeah, like one of those Disney movies, only, one of those old, like, preteen movies.
Yeah.
tween movies.
Like The Parent Trap?
Yeah, that kind of shit. Right, exactly. Or like Freaky Friday or whatever.
Freaky
like that kind
Friday.
of like twins that both switch on each other.
Yeah.
Make it like a complicated love story. Shit would be awesome.
Shit would be great.
Yeah, that's all copyright. If I see anybody pitch that shit, I am coming after you. If I see
That's
that's getting
mine.
made, I own this shit.
That's
okay?
mine. Oh, man. Yeah, it was all right. It was pretty good. I don't know.
We're talking about the gun one again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guns akimbo.
So why does he have these guns? Like, what does the attacker intend?
Well, he wants them. It's either him or her, and the guy who's running it's a website that
It's either him or her, you fucking bigot. Sorry.
it's him or her. There's a spectrum.
I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter. It literally doesn't. Like, the movie was okay.
Yeah.
Check it out or don't check it out. It was. If you like violence, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of good violence in it. But otherwise, I mean, there's no baby falling into a boiling
I do like
boiling pot.
violence.
But
That's a space cop reference.
man,
Highly recommend Red Letter Media. I know
Yeah.
this isn't the part for recommendations, but again, I'm telling you.
just telling you, man. I'm telling you. So that was okay. That was pretty. That was all right. I personally have just been watching a lot of like foreign films and a lot of things with subtitles. Some of them black and white.
Yeah.
It's and I always just now feel like a snob every time talking about it, but it's just not. I don't know.
I don't. I guess we could just make this the time for recommendations. I don't know why I'm saying it's not the time.
It's always the
It's
time.
This is my fucking podcast. I'll recommend whenever I fucking feel like it. Okay.
That's right.
I'm a maverick, like John McCain.
I'm a man.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I distracted myself. I haven't been watching much, but I did watch Trailer Park Boys animated series.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. The actor that played Jim Leahy died, John Dunsworth.
Yeah.
But they have just like a bunch of garbage audio from him from all the years of shooting it. So they just edit it together. He's this drunken ghost. And he just kind of like, he died in the show too.
Oh my god.
A shit eagle carried him off. A giant eagle came and took him in his talons, and I never saw him again. But he comes out of the bottle like a genie, but he's a liquor ghost.
Yeah.
And he talks to Randy. And it's great.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like that kind of. There's a lot of that kind of stuff happening. I've been listening to the new Static X, where they use Wayne Static died, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, several years ago now, like 6 or 7 years ago, and but they found some demo tapes from when they were on tour and like coming up with new shit. And some stuff they didn't know that existed, and they found it and have made songs around it.
Yeah.
But now their Chomo child molester ex-guitarist that went to jail, like,
Yeah.
is like trying to cause controversy, saying that it's like, oh, I wrote those riffs, you all owe me, blah blah blah. I don't know, man. It's a stain on a band that's awesome. And it's kind of weird, that vibe of like using a dead person's shit, because like the videos are weird too, because it's like videos of Wayne Static where they take little shots where it kind of looks like he's saying the word. Oh man, it's kind of lame. I don't like that aspect. It's kind of like the cutout fans in baseball that they're gonna do.
Yeah.
You can pay money and they'll put a cutout of you in the stadium so you'll be on the TV feed. It's so fucking lame. They're pumping in sound, crowd sound.
What if there's like a mishit and you get to see one of them get destroyed or something?
Well, I think I don't think they're selling enough of them to fill stadiums, so I think it's only like right behind the
ball line, the eye line,
the
throw line. What
camera view from behind the pitcher.
Yeah.
So the tight view. I don't think they're
that pitcher butt. Yep.
And I think now, anyway, maybe they won't now because there's no fans, but I think last season all the teams extended nets, like, all the way down.
Boo.
Which is crazy that it took them this long to do that. I mean, it kind of sucks because it makes foul balls that you can catch less likely. It still happen if it's high.
Right.
But those fucking... I remember at Isotopes Park, the line drives down the first baseline. If you were sitting in that lower level, oh my God, if you weren't paying attention, you'd fucking die. Like, and it happened. I don't think anyone died.
No, but
there was a few times I was there and it went just like that down that foul line and went into the crowd and hit somebody and they had to bring a stretcher and shit. That happened more than once. One time a guy let go of the bat on accident and it flew into the crowd and hit an old lady in the head.
No.
It was like a fucking Family Guy episode.
No.
The dude felt so bad. It was crazy. What were we talking about? I don't know.
I don't know. We're talking about whatever we want. This is our podcast. You're just along for the ride.
I felt like you had an agenda at first, and then I just completely derailed it, as I do, I guess. Is that our dynamic? Is that how this works?
I didn't really have an agenda. I just was bringing up a movie I saw because I can't think of anything else that I've been outside of Avatar, The Last Airbender, not the blue guys, the other one, the animated
the good
show.
One. Yeah.
The one that says it's animated instead of pretending it's not.
You're right.
That show is so good, by the way.
I know nothing about it. I think you've told me a little bit about it. It's like the different like wizards of each element.
Yeah.
Like, you know, earth, air, water, fire shit, and then there's like they're dying out or whatever. I don't remember.
Well, they've been at war. They've been at war for 100 years, and the Avatar has been missing. And the Avatar is the reincarnated person who can control all the elements, and
it's
so
like the fifth element.
They keep the balance of everything.
Okay.
But they go missing for 100 years, and
so what happens when that person or that entity goes missing?
After 100,
shit's just fucked up.
After 100 years, one of them, the Fire Nation, starts colonizing all the other nations, and making people disappear.
So each nation uses its own element, I assume. You got like water nations making it rain on the fire guys, and they're like
burning them with fire.
What does the air nation do? They have flying machines and shit.
Well, they can like glide, but they can also create like tornadoes or.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's actually really cool when you get into the lore. But I want to nerd out. I'll nerd out.
What about are there Earth people? What do the Earth ones do?
So they can literally move themselves, like the earth underneath their feet forward, so they can use that to move around places.
So they can just like surf on ground. Doesn't that fuck up the ecosystem? they don't address that.
Slightly, probably. But yeah, they can create like walls. I think like mine holes and stuff like that. It's all pretty.
Yeah, it sounds pretty sweet.
Pretty interesting. The waterbenders, there's these dudes who live in swamps, and they're kind of like hillbillies a little bit. They're like swamp folk.
Nice.
And but they move this, like they can move mud and things like that.
Really? Did they fight with the Earth people about that?
No, they never did. And I feel like they had a moment where they could have too. That would have been hilarious. But there was one guy who can move the water in the vines, and so he like makes himself a big vine monster and wraps it around his body, and
that's pretty cool.
Does stuff. I don't know.
He like makes a mech out of vines.
Yes.
Like a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a really well written show. Like it's definitely got
Wasn't that on like Nickelodeon or something?
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
It's geared towards kids, but it's like these.
So is Voltron, but it's fucking awesome.
It's these big, vast ideas though. This like huge story, and this idea of like how to this just a long epic. It's really good, and it's done very succinctly. The story is like the end of it is super satisfying, unlike some properties.
Based on a comic?
No, literally, I think it was some dude or dudes like wrote it, and I guess specifically as a cartoon for TV.
Wow.
I mean, I don't really know. I never looked
An
into
actual
it.
original idea.
Property, yeah.
Yeah. I have to say property. It's so... yeah, property.
Because we're talking about the biz, man.
Ugh.
Are you part of the biz?
I don't know. I've dabbled. I don't know. I don't know.
You're part of the machine. The machine's already won. They're sending goons down your street. 35 goons being sent here to Albuquerque.
Is that what they decided on?
35 federal goons, yeah.
That's weird that they tell us the number. Doesn't that take kind of the punch out of their like whole secret police thing? Are they trying to pretend it's not secret police by telling us the number of goons that they're sending? Well, we figured out they were Homeland Security and Border Patrol. Do I have that right?
Yeah, Department of Homeland, Security, and it's just the worst.
What the fuck is the Department of Homeland Security? Isn't that what all the guys with guns are doing? Like, I think securing the homeland.
I think it was either born in the Patriot Act or during the time of the Patriot Act.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, well, so what is it supposed to mean? I've never really looked into this. I'm
guessing basically a unit that's supposed to work on terror, but it kind of I don't know. It feels like more of a shell for
Doesn't
private.
the military and the CIA do that already? That's what I'm saying. Like, what do they do that's a new thing that we need? These Republicans that are so fucking worried about
spending too much money.
Yeah, all these unnecessary programs, as they put it. The fuck does that mean? Homeland Security. Isn't that what the Army is and the whole military in general? They secure the homeland? Like... Well,
and it's weird to use the word homeland anyway. That's a creepy way of...
It's very Utah, right?
What is this? The fatherland?
Yeah.
The motherland?
It's very, very Fourth Reich.
Oh, we don't even know what we're playing for the next song.
Are we not men? We are Googlers.
We are Googlers. I've been Googling recently.
This is some tasty whiskey. What is this here?
This is Four Roses. It's a bourbon. It's a bourbon out of Kentucky. Yeah, it's surprisingly... It must have been pretty tight at first because this is Kentucky Straight. And straight means... I believe that it's been in a barrel for more than 2 years. This is a select single, I think. This is a small batch select. So they picked a bunch of barrels together. Four Roses has like 5 different strains of yeast and then 2 different grain mashes. So they mix those up. Like the single barrel, you only get 1 grain bill and 1 fermenter yeast type. But like in the small batch, they pick the ones that they think will complement each other and then mix them together.
Interesting. And that's what this is?
Yeah. And then, but because like in your warehouse, especially if you have a big one, barrels will age differently depending where they are in the warehouse. If they're in the exterior towards, the exterior wall, or if they're inner more, are they going to have more fluctuations in temperature because of those results, north, south, east, west, pointing more sun.
So is a humid place a good place to make whiskey, or is that just where they happen to do it? Because it's all like the South, right? That's where all the bourbons and shit are all.
Yeah, there was some kind of maybe monopolizing of the stills in the whiskey and stuff like that for a minute. I don't know. I don't remember what the exact history is, but bourbon is the only federally recognized spirit. Like it's the only one that has the federal government involved. So during, I don't know if it was during Prohibition, but I guess before or around then, people were selling stuff that they were calling whiskey, and they were mixing it with like turpentine and other kinds of stuff together.
Oh, so it has to have like the Nintendo seal of approval. Like the government has to be like, yep, that's bourbon.
Well, for you to legally sell it,
right.
In a place,
yeah, right.
But there are federally bonded warehouses and barrels, and so in order to do what would be what's known as bottled in bond, you would have to get the same distiller, get grain from the same season, grow it, mash, distill for.
So you have to do everything the exact same way.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, it's all watched over, and then put it in a barrel, and then the barrels are in federal warehouses where they age for 4 years minimum.
I'm gonna say that all kind of seems like overkill, but cool. I mean, seems like the government could put manpower to something else. I don't know, but maybe not.
We love booze.
Maybe we should take some cops and make more bourbon regulators out of the cops. Maybe that's the answer. Anyway, we got off on this tangent about bourbon.
Yeah.
You did not hallucinate. This is the interlude. We are going to play a song. That is what's happening now.
I promise.
And I guess we're going to do that right now. We didn't discuss what we're going to play.
Not even a little bit, no.
Isn't it like a week or two ago you were like, we always plan it out. You liar. You liar. You lie.
This week has been weird, man. It's been a weird.
All the weeks are weird now. It's all weird. They're barely even weeks anymore.
They're barely even weeks anymore. What are you even talking about?
I started to go a little Seinfeld, didn't I?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was impressed.
Thanks.
I think Friends should be gone. Seinfeld should be kept at the end of the world here.
Yeah, cancel Friends.
Which is why in my time capsule, I'm putting the whole DVD collection of Seinfeld in with my novelization of the book of the movie Jurassic Park. So...
That's cool. Did that exist?
I don't know.
I bet it did. I bet there's like a kid's, like, you know how they were like 100 pages or whatever, like a kid's novelization? I bet that exists. Maybe not, though, because that was rated R, wasn't it? Or was
no,
it
it was PG-13. Yeah. I saw it 3 times, and we were watching it, and I remember, 5 times in the theater.
Yeah, I saw it a few as well.
I had like 3 5-time movies. That one, Twister, and Independence Day.
In fact, I went to the post office today that the theater that I saw that in became, which is a weird coincidence.
That's interesting.
Speaking of weird coincidences, here's a song. I don't know that weird coincidences applied. It would have been awesome if I could actually have segued that into something that made sense. But really all that happened was I just remembered what we were doing, which is playing a song.
Should we just do Holiday Sale? We could do Sitting on My Hands.
Definitely.
Since this is just a meandering song for a meandering episode.
Yeah, sit on your hands and then Google, and it'll be like a stranger's Googling and misspelling everything.
It'll be rough. speaking of Nazis, I showed Kayla the movie. I think it's Flame and Citron, but I think it's a Dutch movie, German production, something like that. But it's about these two. I don't know if I'd call them anarchists, but they basically are hired hands who go around killing either like actual SS officers or Nazi helpers, sympathizers, whatever. And so they get assignments to go around and just like straight up have to walk into people's apartment, like knock on the door, walk into people's apartments and, shoot them.
So they're like spies, that they're assassins?
Kind of. They're just people who were kind of your average normal person in the, where are they at? They're not in Stockholm. They're in Copenhagen. And,
so it's a occupied territory.
Yeah.
This isn't in Germany.
No. Yeah, sorry about that. So the Germans have rolled in. I think
it's like a resistance force.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. But there seems to start being some issues with people that they're being assigned to and who they're killing and whether they should be killing those people. And then are they not killing the right people? But it's from these kind of two dudes standpoint where they work together, but like you're seeing one dude kill people for the first time, So I don't know. It's a good movie. It's definitely interesting how in something like a Resistance, one, rich people still affect a lot of things in those situations. They're safe. They're padded from most of the horribleness because of their wealth. But then they also, kind of push the pieces around for regular people still. And
this is how it's always been.
Yeah.
It's everything's just extreme more and more,
It's getting magnified.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the population, like if our behaviors scale in the same way that our population does. Like the more of us there are, the crazier the crazy ones are, and the richer the rich ones are, and the yeah, I don't know.
Does that mean smarter the average ones are? Because I'm smarter than the average bear.
You're so smart. You're fucking stable genius, dude. I've always admired that about you.
Smarter than the average bear. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a good movie. Check it out. It's on streaming.
What's it called?
Flame and Citron. That's their
Flame and Citron.
That's their code names.
Those are fucking cool names.
And the it's just be ready for some realness. There's nothing really polished about this or like easy about it or sometimes even happy about it. It's just
well, it doesn't sound like a very happy movie.
a really real story.
I got the crazy cottonmouth happening right now.
Same.
I even have chewing gum.
You have it in gum,
which I'm
in
sure is like a podcast no.
I'll just introduce you as my teenage son.
No
this is my teenage son.
Kinda. That's kind of the dynamic. But I don't think anyone's ever accused us of being professional with this shit, really, have they? So.
I'm bringing him out into public for the first time.
Why has your teenage son never been in public, you sick fuck? Are you keeping me in a basement?
No, I bring him out once in a while. And it's an addict, okay? An attic.
An attic.
Yeah, he drinks all the booze.
Why are you giving your 15-year-old son booze and keeping him in an attic? I think you need to call the authorities.
Look, I just count 15 from the time that he was actually 15.
So you had me when you were like, wait, I don't know.
7 years old. What?
Yeah, this doesn't. I don't.
The math doesn't work out here.
I guess if you had what the Sugar Hill Gang referred to as super sperm, maybe. But
do they wear capes?
The actual spermatozoa?
Yeah. Little sperm capes.
I don't know. Maybe.
Seems like a thing that could happen.
Little sperms. I guess they don't have arms. That doesn't really. Also, this isn't. Oh, it's not. I forgot we had
video. Yeah.
Good. For those just listening, I was doing the sort of a Superman / Heisman thing.
kind of stance.
I was holding my water bottle like a...
I mean, there is good news, like that we have a YouTube channel now. And I've been posting performance videos that we haven't had up yet, and old episodes.
Have you been posting things? I'm my name is on this shit, and I just saw the first one with Leah Leva.
Yeah. So I did episode 19, which is like, I think just a microphone in a room. It sounds...
I'm just like yelling into it.
It sounds pretty rough. So be warned. And also we got hit with a copyright warning for who was it? Yeah, somebody else's song, but a local. But CD Baby hits for everything. I'm surprised they haven't hit us for our own stuff yet. So I might do the next one without any music in it. It might just be talking straight through.
Lame.
That's YouTube.
What you should do, if you can, if there's a YouTube link.
Yeah.
Well, but then that'll navigate them away from our video. Maybe at the end you could put like, these were the songs. Click on the,
playlist.
How it has the little...
I can have a playlist. We can have a playlist. I can just put it in the description too. I can be like, the music you're not hearing are these bands.
It'd be cool if you could somehow break into it and take you to the other channel and then bring you back.
Oh,
like
that
if that
would be
were
cool.
a thing on YouTube, it's almost like a YouTube retweet.
I think you can maybe put up a link for a video, so there might be the chance to throw up like the actual video square
during the thing.
Yeah,
but,
I can try that on one.
Maybe if it was a pop-up.
Cool. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying, because then it interrupts our video.
Yeah.
Which is, what did you use as visual for it? Just the album art?
No, for that one I used whatever the photo was. I think that we took that day.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And so the photo would be different. I don't know what else to...
I don't know why we're having this conversation on the... It's not professional. But, yeah.
Well...
I don't even know what's on the channel. I'm like, oh, really? What?
Now I've got a lot of time. I went in and just, like, left behind my job. It was a dick move. And... Well,
it wasn't... We haven't talked about that. This is why we missed a week.
Yeah.
That wasn't unjustified, right? I don't know if you want to...
I'm not. And frankly, like, I hope everybody gets through this, because, but I mean, it's not like we haven't had, I mean, part of why we missed last week is because in my house, we've had, at this point, 2 scares. And...
Are we talking the COVID or the pregnancy?
The COVID scares,
okay.
yeah. Okay. And that's just because... one of the people in this house works in a job in hospitals where, they travel. So
yeah,
there's a lot of...
That's the worst place to be if you're trying to avoid getting the illnesses.
So things happen, you're around people. And it just... it's probably in their best interest, too, that I'm not potentially exposing anybody in those venues. Because it's totally possible, and then they'll get shut down anyway,
Well, didn't they? Didn't we have to you do outdoor, so is the place...
Well, outdoors, what's up now?
Yeah. As of this week, right?
Yeah.
Outdoor seating and carry out.
It reversed for like 4 hours or something in a day. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm arguing with a lot of people online about this shit, which is completely pointless. It's the dumbest thing anybody can do.
Yeah.
Including myself.
Yeah, but who else are you going to argue with? It's like everyone that you disagree with is like your punching bag, because you never have to see them, you never have to look in their face. It's just somebody, oh, cool, you believe the exact thing I want to attack. Awesome. It should be celebrated, It should be like, thank you for this battle. We're both very dystopianly, that's not a word, but
dystopianly
satisfied in a grossly not satisfied way. But you got maybe the metaphor is you got like a post-coital regret after you've.
Yes.
I'll
sign up for 3. Thank you.
Felt great to dunk on a fucking bootlicker, but do you really feel good about yourself for spending 3 hours doing it? I don't know.
If you're into that kind of thing, why not go around punching blind people? You good person.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a thing. What are we talking about?
Oh, everything is awful.
I don't even know where we're at.
Welcome back. Everything is still awful.
Hello? Where are we? What room is this? Is this the Rainbow Lounge?
Yeah, this shit. Oh yeah, I bet this shit looks cool on the camera. It's a good idea because we get to enjoy this wonderful ambiance every week.
Yeah, it's nice. The colors are nice,
and I'm sure the relaxed atmosphere comes across in the timbre of our voices.
Totally chilled.
But
super chilled.
It's cool to see it. Now that I remembered it's there, it's making me self-conscious.
Give it a look.
Gonna stare.
Wave at it. Say hi. Say hi to the people
Either
online.
completely avoid it, pretend it's not there. You can also kind of hide behind the mic.
Yeah. Don't look at my mouth hole. It's gross. Why does anybody want to look at anybody's mouth hole? Ask a dentist. Why would they pick that for a job?
I think our teeth look white in this dim lighting. You ever, like, when it's snowing and you see your teeth next to snow? Oh, my God. Oh, no.
No, I don't do that. Or I haven't done that. Now I'm going to do it and not even realize I'm doing it. Well, that's why I eat the yellow snow, man.
I've heard that's not recommended.
Someone who's
like a Dr. Demento song.
Don't eat the yellow snow?
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Don't
Dr. Demento?
The yellow snow. I don't know if that's how that goes. I have no idea. Sounds like something from Dr. Demento.
That's where the Huskies go. Something like that.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
I don't know. I don't remember how it goes either. But I've heard that shit.
Look up Dr. Demento, everybody. Right. It's amazing.
I'm going to look it up.
He's going to look it up. The yellow snow song. We're going to find out once and for all. We're going to end the debate. The debate ends today.
Oh, man. That Samara Weaving, Margot Robbie. What are the other ones' names? Radcliffe and Frodo.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Elijah Radcliffe, Daniel Wood.
What am I looking up? I forgot what we were just talking about. I don't know if this is the strain to be smoking before I do a podcast. I don't know. I don't know if it's the camera is freaking me out.
We've lost all semblance of cohesion.
What were we talking about?
If there's a panic, just narrate it.
The listener right now is screaming, "You were just talking about whatever. What was it? What was I going to Google?"
I don't know. You distracted me with Margot Robbie.
Fuck, that's what happened to me too. I opened it to Google and that was the last thing on my phone and I was like, "Oh yeah, they do look exactly like each other." Fuck.
Well, I'm glad we got a good one for the cameras. That was knocking it out of the park. Nobody said we got paid for this. We just do this for fun.
If you'd like to pay us,
you sure can. People have paid worse.
If you want to just Venmo me money, that's fine.
Chris Brown and his brisk crown.
Chris Brown's brisk crown. I'm still trying to remember what I was going to Google.
It's a bummer.
That's infuriating.
I almost want to just stop it so we can
Should we?
Back.
Let's do that real quick. Because the listener must be so frustrated. So frustrated. Sorry. Real name, Barry Hansen, American radio broadcaster, known as Dr. Demento. Eugene Hansen.
I did not know that was his name.
Barrett Eugene Hansen. Yeah. Protege was Weird Al.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of a protege? He was Weird Al's mentor? Is that the...
Yeah.
I don't know that that's really true so much as
he
gave him an opportunity.
He definitely helped break him.
Yeah.
bring him to a wider audience. Help us know about Weird Al.
Weird Al's like the best musical artist ever, you know?
Yeah.
They actually play all those songs. It's not like Weird Al just goes out,
Gets a
and
karaoke
gets the
machine.
karaoke version of shit. Which, yeah, like he has a band and they recreate all that shit and they do it live flawlessly. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've heard it with my own ears.
And they write their own stuff. They have their own stuff that's like a tribute type.
Pastiche, right? Yeah. Yeah, they have like I'm Gonna Sue Ya, which is like, it sounds like it's a Rage song, but it isn't. But like, you know that that's who it's supposed to be, even though it's not a specific parody of a specific song.
It's got the same
Fucking
vibe.
awesome.
Same vibe.
When I was a kid, I had the Alapalooza, and the cover is like the Jurassic Park logo, but it's Weird Al's head instead of the dinosaur. And there's one on there, Frank's 2,000-inch TV, which is just about this guy that has a giant TV. That's all the song's about.
I love that
but
song.
I'm pretty sure it's REM pastiche. Because I was listening to Scott Aukerman and what's his name? The guy from fucking Parks and Rec. Adam Scott.
Oh, Adam, yeah.
They have a podcast where they talk about REM. Like each episode is an album, and they go through their whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was listening to that at the time, and then Weird Al, that song came on like a YouTube mix or something, and I was like, oh shit, I think this is supposed to be REM. So it's because it's not a, like I said, it's one that's not a specific parody, but
it's a style parody, I think is what it's called.
We didn't even find the reason I was Googling Dr. Demento was to find out if he did Yellow Snow. So let's finish that. Let's put a
Can we get there?
bow on
Can we
that.
get there? I believe we can do it. You're saying too severe. So Ozzy Osbourne, that's that he is us. We are him.
I accidentally Googled Yellow Song, and now it's got Coldplay.
Bummer.
What were we talking about? We're well on our way to Ozzy Osbourne status.
Yeah. Rock and roll rots your brain. It's
I
good
did
for your
not
soul.
know this. It is a Frank Zappa song.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
Don't eat the yellow snow.
I feel like I've heard that.
Dreamed I was an Eskimo. Oof, Frank.
Hey, he's dead.
The frozen wind began to blow under my boots and around my toes. The frost that bit the ground below, it was 100 degrees below zero. And it goes on. And there's like a chorus. Nanook, I don't know. Don't be a naughty Eskimo. Oh, Frank.
But that's based off a movie. There was Nanook of the North.
Okay. The northern lights commenced to glow, and she said with a tear in her eye, watch out where the huskies go, and don't eat that yellow snow. With a tear in her eye. Frank Zappa is probably cooler than Weird Al. Maybe. I don't know. It's close.
Yeah. Just depends on...
If Frank was still around, it'd be interesting to see.
Oh, man. That'd be wild. What did he die of? I don't even remember.
I want to say like cancer.
Yeah.
Let's look that up. How come
always
we
the
haven't
cancer.
been Googling stuff the whole 130 whatever episode? Is it annoying or cool when we Google stuff? That's the question.
Because we're still learning, man.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Annoyed as shit when we Google everything, or is it cool?
Unfollowed.
I forgot what I was Googling again. Fuck.
No.
Is getting high and doing podcasts a bad idea?
Next up on the 10 o'clock news, could we get through 50 minutes of inane conversation for you, the listener, to hold your, I don't know, focus?
Prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. Oh, man. That shit's a
He
killer.
died in 1993 at age 52.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see what was up.
He asked his wife to sell his master recordings and get out of the music business.
Get out of the music business.
Oh, and she died in 2015. Gail Zappa, keeper of her husband's legacy, dies at 70.
No, I mean, that's a bummer.
People keep dying. Fuck. Someone ought to do something, you know?
This is the year for it. This is the year for it.
Cancel dying.
We knew it was coming. Those of us who were like there in 2003 when like millions of people around the world marched and were like, don't go to Iraq, don't go to Baghdad. And America was still whipped up over 9/11 and still like
weapons of mass destruction,
flying flags and just being all around stupid.
Well, you gotta understand that those particular pieces of cloth are very important. In fact, they're more important than human lives. I don't know if you know that, but that's a fact. F-A-C-T. I learned at a Super Bowl commercial once that if you just spell the word fact, it means you're right. Do you know that?
So does that mean if they're handled by the Chinese and the Chinese are not quite human, it's good because they'll protect the cloth? Is that the flag as they manufacture them?
Wait, what are you saying? You're not saying that the Chinese aren't human.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying, is that why we manufacture our sacred cloth there?
The people that like to wave that piece of cloth instead of think,
yeah,
they like to have them made by the Chinese, who they don't perceive as quite as human,
right,
as we are here in our country.
Taking 7 steps in front.
Yeah,
of not.
I'll translate.
That's okay.
I can't Google shit. I can't remember what I'm Googling, but I can translate your shit.
Don't worry. I speak stoner. I got this.
I feel like, I'm not usually this
incoherent.
Yeah, which is weird because I didn't smoke. Usually I smoke too much pot in any given day, and I didn't do that today. Maybe that's why, because I didn't smoke and then I smoked.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that baseline already.
Yeah, you weren't already tapped in.
It was really weird to go hiking and not smoke pot. I did that today.
That's cool.
I mean, it wasn't like a
transcendent moment.
I just didn't have any pot, and it was I wanted to go hiking at like 5 a.m, so it wasn't hot yet.
Yeah.
And the store doesn't open until like 10, so
What do I do?
Yeah.
Where's my 24-hour weed service?
Not yet, not here.
We're gonna need
they have that in LA.
We're gonna need that. We're gonna need not just the pot service, but like the delivery service, getting things out to people, around to people. There's a market there, man.
My pot store does deliver now.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But it has to be like the address that's on your ID that they have on file.
I thought that somebody could do like a like an under the radar, now that I'm saying it for everybody here, but under the radar type of
blowing up the spot, man.
Beer delivery service. So if you're like,
isn't that already a thing? Or is it just
here?
Not here probably, but in other places I think.
Probably.
I want to say in like Philadelphia or something, they changed the law.
Yeah.
In order to try to keep bars open, they're letting them do like carry out.
That's amazing.
Like you go there and they sell you a drink and then you take it home and drink it.
Yeah.
It's all kind of ridiculous. You just go buy booze that's not expensive. You're paying for the atmosphere and to be served and to hang out with people when you go out to drink.
Right.
You're just going to go home and drink it.
What are you even doing?
I guess if it's like a fancy mixed drink like you can make. But when I go out, I just drink like vodka soda. You know? So all I got to do is get the cheap vodka on the bottom shelf.
Yeah. Which
is like $4 now. They're just like, fuck it. Just give them liquor. Everything's fucked. Just give it away. Just get that, and then you go to get the cheap seltzer water.
Yeah.
And there you go.
And you're set. You're just good. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Tonight we're drinking Japanese whiskey, but
I very much enjoyed it.
It's really good.
It's probably a faux pas to like chew gum while you drink fancy whiskey.
Whatever. It's the end of the world.
I think they play very well with each other in my mouth.
There's no rules. There's no rules anymore.
Right.
The end is coming. It's my liquor stash now. I got a good stash. The freaking ship is going down.
Because you were running low, right?
Well, I was just running low on like regular, like stuff I not like, oh, I'm going to mix a $50, $60, $70 bottle of booze.
Yeah.
deal.
That's something you want to savor by itself to get its essence all up in your grill.
And now the funny thing is I have a ton of bottles with just like maybe one serving left. And I'm kind of sitting there going like, what should I do? Should I just mix them all into one?
Yeah. Whiskey suicide.
Yeah. They call it an infinity bottle.
I used to work. I don't think this breaks the NDA. If it does, this is a fictional account anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I'm not going to say the name of the place. I used to work at a place that made vape juice, right? And we would make samples because when we would send out people's orders, we'd send samples of stuff that they had never ordered from us so that they could try it.
See if they dig it.
Yeah, and so we had one day a week, we had to do samples, and there would be a bucket of like all the leftover like the tools and all the juice collected in this bucket of all the different nicotine strengths and all the different flavors. And it would collect a little residue. If you tilted the bucket after all the samples were made, there was a little bit in there, enough to take and mix up and vape.
Yeah.
And they would do that. I did not participate in this because I don't want nicotine, but people that were used to nicotine would do this. It was like every flavor. Like in Harry Potter, Harry Potter. They have like every flavor jelly beans or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like that.
You Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling's canceled now, right?
I heard about that. Yeah. Man, it sucks for all those people that have Harry Potter tattoos, and now they're. I wonder if they're gonna.
It's rough. It's rough out there.
Maybe put an Antifa logo over it. That's the move.
How many people have Donald Trump tattoos?
Oh, I wonder. How have I never seen a gallery of Trump tattoos? There has to be.
We have to look up one now.
There probably aren't that many good artists, though, that would do that. Yeah, there's probably plenty.
Maybe.
I would do it if you pay me. Well, yeah, I'll draw a picture of Donald Trump on you with the ink. Fuck it.
I'll draw anything on you with ink.
Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't. I mean, that's pretty much at this point like tattooing a Nazi flag right there on your arm.
Right.
Seeing some good ones?
National Tattoo Day. There's one that looks like a round-faced boy.
That's Trump? That looks like Johnny Cash. Go back to the... Does that look like Johnny Cash? You sure that's Trump?
It says Trump. I don't know.
Does it say Trump on the tattoo?
Doesn't say Trump on the tattoo. It doesn't say anything on the tattoo.
Looks like Johnny Cash. Yeah. Why would you get that image of him? I guess to them that's like him being powerful, like making a point. Looks like he's about to tell someone to fuck off.
Fart. I'm gonna fart real hard.
Yeah. Feel free to Google along with us at home, which is what we should call this episode. But yeah. Oh, a young. Is that him as a youngster?
Yeah. So gross.
That's like the same Johnny Cash looking one. But it's like, is that the inside of a shoe? What is that?
It's a shoulder.
Oh.
I think.
I thought it was like an airbrushed shoe. That Johnny Cash one's coming up a lot. Nice.
It really does.
That one he had the flag on his head.
Yeah.
I also like the cartoon one of him dressed as Captain America. It's like a caricature giant balloon head of Trump on a little Captain America body.
Two Twitter birds.
I bet that's an ironic one. I bet that's a hipster. You know.
Just why? Does this offend you?
Yeah.
No, you can put whatever dumb thing you... Whoa,
no,
that's a
super
creepy one.
Mildly. Whoa.
Yeah,
In Trump we trust.
I don't know. Wow. They're crazy.
Yeah, man, I started trying to read about like QAnon. You know about that shit?
Not enough to tell you if you've read up on it, because I can't do it.
According to Anonymous, right? I've been reading their crazy, and not crazy in like a not sane way, but crazy in a what the fuck is going on way.
Right.
Like they have these long threads of all these ties, like the fucking dude from Brazil that's tied to their president and to Trump and to Epstein, and is like the guy that brought Melania here, I think. I don't know. But anyway, it's fucking crazy. They're about to blow up the president's spot. But he wishes her well, so that's good. But
yeah, right? Like, I can definitely say in my lifetime I've never wished well to a child sex human trafficker.
That's not something I'm in the habit of. But yeah, anyway, they're saying that like QAnon is basically like propaganda that's copying Anonymous for idiots.
Yeah.
So it's like they're just putting fake shit out, obviously. And everything like corrects whatever Trump does. They twist it into how it's part of his genius plan to fight this pedophile ring and shit. It's so funny. Like, yeah.
They're coming for us now.
If you want to laugh / be terrified, it's a strange feeling to feel both of those at once. But I'm kind of getting used to it. But I recommend looking up.
I'm enjoying
shit.
I'm enjoying the high.
Google along at home with us. Look up some QAnon shit. We're not going to go down that road. I just wanted to bring it up.
Yikes.
But it's crazy. One of the was it NYPD chief? I don't know if it was that level of one of the pigs, one of the high level guys in one of the big cities was on like I don't know if it was an interview or if it was like a Zoom meeting that was you could watch. I don't know what it was, but he had a QAnon mug like nonchalantly displayed in the background.
I vaguely remember hearing that. Yeah.
Fucking crazy shit.
I remember hearing that 100 years ago, probably towards the beginning of this endless pandemic. That's the one thing that's gonna be crazy, man. It's just like everybody. So, I left my job. Things here in New Mexico, because we're 50 little countries now, have been like pretty good. We have a governor who listens to science. She was once she had something to do in health in the government.
I think it was like mental health
before being the governor, but
yeah,
she understands science and logic and all that stuff. Has been having to deal with a restaurant association that here in New Mexico that is painting her as like
let us serve.
Painting her as this bad guy, and we had the indoor seating and eating and whatever, and then that got rolled back to only outdoor eating.
The fact that we claim to be this prosperous country and our citizens can't even afford to weather a fucking natural disaster like a virus.
Yeah.
It's insane, you know?
It's pretty criminal.
The citizens of the country that's supposed to be the greatest country in the world that's so prosperous and we have all these advantages and none of us can survive a couple months without a job.
Right. So she's been dealing with them and they've been lobbing bombs. Most restaurants have, even if they haven't agreed with the orders, have been following within the law. There's been a couple that have been like, we can do whatever we want, and those guys.
I haven't seen any of that. I don't really go out a lot. I get some carry out from
I haven't gone
places
out
near me, but
I haven't gone out since this thing started. I can't even remember. Like maybe once.
There's no out to go to.
Yeah.
I mean, when they were open, I wasn't gonna go out and eat. That's not.
No, that seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, we just had our mask on. How are we supposed to eat if we have a mask on?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know. Stop eating in restaurants. Go tip them well. Go enjoy your food. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
That was the part that was baffling to me. And the part
I like doing that, but
what, going to a restaurant and sitting down?
It's
yeah,
fun
I miss it.
thing to
I miss
do,
it like a
but
motherfucker. I miss going to get to the sushi bar and knowing the guy behind the bar, and he hooks it up with really good shit, and we have a good time. We talk, we laugh. People come up, we meet strangers. I miss all that shit.
We sign autographs, we shake hands, we kiss babies, we make out with chicks.
That's
it's
right.
fucking awesome, bro.
Make out with dudes, fuck it. I'll make out with anybody. Is that your grandma?
My grandma's pretty hot.
But yeah, I miss all that stuff. Like I wish we could do that again. I wish that was a thing again.
But it's not.
It's not.
So
It's not. You're putting other people in danger. You're putting yourself in danger. Like it's a bad idea. And for now, if you want to support local businesses, I definitely recommend getting some takeout. Order some takeout. Go tip the person well because they're not making any money off of tips. Like,
put a mask upon your face and go there.
Adventure out.
Wearing a mask is annoying. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it sucks.
But it's the reality.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, but
it's crappy. Like the only time I ever felt like it was a kind of a blessing was doing like painting. It was like hard aerosol painting because
yeah. Well, that's a practical use. But I'm just saying, walking around, it's all sweaty because it's hot too. I taste my like lip sweat is like trickling into my mouth. I got my ass breath. Fucking like, ugh. Why would anyone ever kiss anyone else on the mouth ever? Or is there something wrong with me? Am I dying of a disease? Or does everyone's mouth smell this disgusting in their mask? I don't know. I'm afraid to ask.
I just make the joke that somebody farted in my mask. I'm like, is somebody else? Somebody farted in your mask?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun.
Everything is terrible, but for all that shit we talk about being so exceptional and fucking ready for anything, Marines and all these fucking propaganda shit of. I don't know why I picked on the Marines specifically, but I was just thinking of like the TV commercials I used to see where it was like the example of the world's best example of manliness and preparation and I almost said preparatudiness. I don't know. It's too high to be doing podcasts, you know? It's not.
Who put me in the driver's seat?
Yeah, what is this? What are we doing?
Why'd they let us do that? Well, that's another one for the
thanks for Googling with us
today in the mid-afternoon for lunch when you should have been in bed 4 hours ago. Timmy, stop gaming and listening to garbage.
God damn it, Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy, get your ass to bed. You got to get up to no school tomorrow because you live in a country where things are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, things are definitely ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous. Do we have a good ridiculous song to fucking play?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a page from the Rob playbook and I'm gonna play. I don't even know which one, but I had some instrumentals that I made. I don't know at some point before in the before times. And it was like last year, not years ago. Semi-new-ish. So let's just play one of those.
Semi-nudist?
Yeah, semi-nudist. So that new-ish. This is, it's not even finished, and I don't know which one it'll be, but here's something that I made.
Awesome. Catch you all next week.
Yeah, I've been Lowki Sapfoot, by the way.
This is Holiday Rob.
Yeah. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It exists.
Why
Subscribe. Not? Okay.
Boom.
Peace.